Blessings and peace as we conclude our enemies week. So, enemies. Enemies would be, in my mind, the opposite of empathy. If we do not have empathy for someone, we can consider that person an enemy. Culturally, in this moment, I find that we are so easily able to just shut off the empathy for someone. And therefore, while we won't necessarily use the word enemy, we just will write someone off. And that lack of empathy certainly does divide us. This week, as I have been thinking and praying on the word enemy theologically, I've been thinking about Nelson Mandela. Such a well-respected leader, and certainly in his youth, someone who would have used the word enemy, a volatile young man, who then, when imprisoned, much suffering, to then come out that door a peaceful, powerful force for reconciliation. And when asked how he learned to be such a good leader, he talked about this time with his father, who was a tribal leader. And his experience with his dad was that his father would sit in a circle with other leaders, and when they sat, his dad was always the last to speak. He would listen first. How often do we employ listening? Even coming in to listen. I laugh as folks will begin by walking into a room and say, I want to hear your opinion, so blah, 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 blah. Now, tell me what you think. That's not listening first. That's speaking first and claiming the floor. Listening, genuine listening to the other, is shutting your own mouth. Listening, hearing, attempting to understand, that's empathy. And then, when the other or others are finished speaking, then and only then do you speak. When that happens, this enemy empathy enters the room, and the enemy does not exist. But that human in our midst exists, and we find a way for peaceful coexistence, or at least understanding in existence. So enemy, the enemy is a lack of empathy. May we learn to listen and gain empathy as a pathway this Advent season. And may in all things we be led by God for empathy and listening. For God is still speaking. Amen.